How many of you know who Andrew Hernandez is? Does that name ring a bell? Probably doesn't. He's not a YouTuber. He's not anybody that's well known, unless if you're reading the news. And if you've read the news, this gentleman crashed his drone into a LAPD chopper 2 months ago. He didn't say anything, and he waited until the FBI raided his home. So today we're going to talk about that incident and why drone safety needs to be a hot topic right now. Let's get started. What's good, everybody? Ken here. You're watching OriginaldoBo, and today I want to talk a little bit about drone safety because it's something that I feel like we as YouTubers don't do a good enough job of, and situations like this probably could be averted if we make this a conversation more often. Like, we're all really quick to talk about the latest and greatest and next drone, but we don't do a good enough job of leading by example and talking about situations like this. Well, I take that back. My boy Russ, he talks about this stuff, but nobody else leads by example. Anyways, Andrew Hernandez was arrested on Thursday for unsafe operation of a UAV. The FBI had a search warrant to raid his home, which is pretty scary if you think about it. They're literally raiding your home. They're gonna see your entire Pornhub collection, probably, because you were flying your drone and you smacked into a police chopper. Now, Andrew Hernandez thought it would be a great idea not to say anything about this and see if anybody would notice, but this fucking idiot left his SD card with photos of him on it. He didn't wipe his SD card before he took off. Yeah, photos of him, his girlfriend, and his homies were left on this SD card. Not only that, he lost his camera when he crashed into the police chopper. When the drone fell to the ground, it smashed into a windshield of a parked car below. And they were able to figure out who the owner was of this aircraft by running the serial number. Now, chances are this was probably a DJI drone, because if you have a DJI drone, it's going to register your serial number to DJI's application. And all it takes is for the FBI or any sort of law enforcement agency to subpoena DJI for that information, which they will gladly give in an instance like this. Like, literally, if you read the EULA agreements, DJI will comply and assist law enforcement if it's requested upon. Hello, read your freaking EULA agreements, people. Anyway, so they got that information and they were able to arraign him on Thursday. And right now he's just facing one count of unsafe operation, which at this point faces 1 year in prison is the maximum sentence that Andrew could face. If you are a virgin, when you leave prison, you will no longer be a virgin. So there's looking at it as a, glass half full. This took 2 months for him to do the right thing and just openly admit it. Now, it's unclear that if he would have, admitted to this, when it happened, would this have been taken a little bit differently, because they had to wait till the drone task force for the FBI to step in before anything was done. So I don't know if that would have changed things. But the reason why I want to make a conversation out of this and I'm bringing attention to this is because the holiday season is upon us, and every single holiday, new people, new pilots are going to end up with drones. People who have never flown before ever in their life are going to end up with something that could be potentially dangerous. And with the introduction of the new Mini 2, it's a really super affordable drone. It can go incredible amounts of distance thanks to OcuSync, and it weighs 249 grams. And a lot of people's philosophy and reasoning behind buying the Mini 2 is that they believe it's legal to just fly wherever and that they can skirt certain regulations with that drone, which we all know as tenured drone pilots that is not the case. So I guess this is a call, a heed to anybody who is getting a new drone to please take the time to research your airspace, understand the rules and regulations of owning a drone, any drone for that matter, and understand that if you hear emergency or first responders on the scene of a crime or an accident, your first indication should not be to put a drone up in the air. Don't be that curious idiot that ends up like Mr. Andrew Hernandez and potentially is going to have a boyfriend named Buford sitting in a prison cell, spending his Christmas and future holidays being the turkey that they're going to be stuffing. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like that. That's almost disgusting. I pictured that in my mind. It's nasty. That was disgusting. Be safe, be smart, don't fly like an idiot, don't end up like Andrew, because this guy made national headlines, and this further bolsters reasoning behind why they are implementing remote ID. Now, it seems that we're probably going to get an announcement probably the day after Christmas as to whether or not what is going to take place with remote ID. And situations like this, even though they haven't happened, we have not had an aircraft collide with a drone in a manner like this where somebody was charged. Doesn't happen often, or in some cases at all. It's a serious thing, and this could really cause a lot of detriment to the hobby. So please, if you do end up with a drone, you do buy a drone, just do your due diligence and understand the rules and restrictions before you put it up in the air. These are dangerous things. They're no longer toys. 5 years ago, people would look at a drone as a toy, but now they're so much more than a toy. They're a tool, they're people's livelihoods, and every time a situation like this occurs, it puts people's businesses, like my business and other businesses, at risk that utilize a drone on the daily. So don't make our jobs any harder, and certainly don't make law enforcement's jobs any more dangerous than they have to be. That helicopter had to make an emergency landing, and it hit the fuselage. If that would have hit one of the main rotors, that police chopper could have crashed and killed the officers on board or even people below. So be smart before you put your drone in the air. That's it. A little bit more of a serious conversation, but as always, stay original.